Hello everyone and welcome to another New World video. My name's Brian if you happen to be new around here, but in today's video I'm going to talk to you guys about the Steam Deck and New World Season 5. As a note for anybody who's watching this kind of well into the future, I'll be putting out updates on Steam Deck as things change. You can definitely play this game on Steam Deck, but there's also a couple of pitfalls and I want to kind of walk you through that. I want to make sure that you have all the knowledge, because if you're going to try to make this your home for playing New World, I think you should watch the rest of this video. But beyond that, guys, also as a note for any controller players who are stepping into New World or returning to New World, make sure you disable your Steam input. The Steam controller input will conflict with the native controller setup that they have now added into Season 5. So if you're running into issues, most likely that is why. That also applies to the Steam Deck. You're going to want to disable that native controller support. Now, if you were using my controller setup for Steam Deck that was released prior to Season 5, you're going to need to override that with the default template. Otherwise, it's going to keep trying to use my setup even though you've disabled the Steam input. And at the end of the day, like, playing the game on Steam Deck, it actually runs really well, with one massive problem exception that has been the same problem that we've known about since pretty much the beginning. And it's if you try to teleport into towns, or you try to load the game when you have logged out in a town, good luck. Like, it's going to struggle with that kind of operation. And I've seen people say that they've been able to get it to work through a couple of different workarounds, but it's very technical. And being that it is so technical, honestly, it is just for the die-hard enthusiast who really wants to kind of figure out how to make that work. Now, the good news is the devs themselves have commented on this, and it is a backlog item to get them to fix it for Steam Deck. So now that native controller support is in, I do think that's going to be a higher priority item for them to fix. And that's why with future videos, future updates to Steam Deck, hopefully the next report is all 100% positive. So as long as you just are aware of what will crash out the game, my time and experience on the Steam Deck in the open world has been truly lovely. I really enjoy fishing. I really enjoyed playing with the combat, and it is very comfortable, especially with the new layout that they have added into it. So hopefully you guys, if you have a Steam Deck, it's honestly worth a shot. I wouldn't necessarily make it my home, but I do have a recommendation when it comes to playing on a handheld, and that is the Logitech gcloud. Now, this thing runs around $300, so it's actually a lot less than the Steam Deck, but I play through GeForce now on the Logitech gcloud. In fact, this is the most used device in my house because my kids love using it for the xCloud and I love using it for GeForce Now. But I'm not sponsored by them by any means for both the device and for GeForce Now. It's just a service that I use to increase my gaming capacity, and New World runs beautifully on it. In fact, it can run at the highest settings, and that's kind of also a good comparison from battery life. As I smack the mic with the Steam Deck, the battery life is going to get you 2-ish plus hours on the Steam Deck. You're going to get 6 to 8 easy, if not more, because you're not actually processing anything locally. It's all being processed through the cloud. So that in and of itself, plus it's got a brighter and a higher resolution screen. This is, I think, right now my preferred device. Now, that's why I'm really excited to see what Microsoft or maybe some other companies and manufacturers do. It's kind of really an exciting time in the handheld space within this world of PC and cloud gaming. So I have a lot of excitement and hope for the future. In fact, if Sony PS Portal would open up and add the GeForce Now app to it, I think that'd be a device that I'd have to add to my collection as well, because Sony makes a beautiful screen, and they make, I think the controller in and of itself would be really cool. And New World supports both the Xbox controller and the PlayStation controller, so that you can play with both, and that's my hope for the PS Portal. But I digress a little bit. At the end of the day, I would kind of rate the the Steam Deck on for New World kind of here. You can actually run GeForce Now on Steam Deck, but it does require a little bit of setup. So if you can do that, that might be the best way to play on your Steam Deck. But I wouldn't avoid it completely. It's not a thumbs down. It's really right in that thumbs mid, and that's why I hope that we'll see more improvements to the game in and of itself over the course of the next couple of months, which will hopefully mean that they can start supporting Steam Deck a little bit more, because we're also seeing, I'm really confident that this game is going to be coming to consoles at some point in, I would say, the near future, at least within the next 2 years. I think we're going to get an announcement about it this year. If they come out with it this year, that will be exciting, and we can all celebrate. And I will see. You know, whether you, you know, there's all the comments always get interesting every time I bring up controller support, so or console support. So I opened up that bag of chips. Let me know how you feel. Anyhow, guys, outside of that, my future plans for content for New World that hopefully you'll be seeing rolling out over the course of the next couple of weeks is I'm really going to be focusing around artifact hunting. We got 8 new artifacts in Season 5. I'm going to see if I can't make time to go and track those down. So if you're interested in hunting for artifacts, whether I'm live or not, I recommend you jump into the Discord server. Top link in the description will get you there. It's absolutely free to do so. We're a pretty casual, hardcore kind of group, meaning we all have jobs, families, lives. If you can't make a night, like, you're not punished for it. Like, it's literally the most, you know, like, it should be just pretty, like, you know, come and go, whatever works for your schedule. We just want to hang out and play some games, and hopefully we'll be getting groups together and start farming up some of these artifacts. I've already started, but obviously the more people you have, sometimes, especially with these open world bosses, the better your odds and better your chances. The nice thing is they've added in a some kind of, like, you know, mercy rule that's going on behind the scenes. We don't know what it looks like yet, but if you have bad luck, there is good news. At some point you won't, but we don't know what that yet looks like, and I'll be keeping you Cooper and go. I don't know where that word came from. All up to date on any of the latest news and discussions that are being had online. Thank you guys so much for your time today. If you feel like this video earns it, like, sub, and share it out with those especially wanting to check out the game on Steam Deck. I want to make sure that they have all the latest and greatest information. And yeah, thanks so much for being here, by the way. It really means a lot to me. I hope you have a most wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. But until then, take care.